Wait. Hello, hello. Can you hear me now? Finally. Oh, thank God. Yay! One little teeny tiny thing I didn't check, and that was that was set. It was set on default microphones instead of the Yeti. Awesome. Finally. Yay! Scott, hello. Anna, hello. Sarah, hello. Carrot Top, hello. Snickerdoodle, hello. Doc, hello. Missed your last broadcast due to the blah 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 blah. My power was out for 3 days, but I had no damage. Oh, thank God. Thank God. I owe that head shake you gave me. This is what happens when you're gone for so long. This is what happens when your computer reboots. Yes, I was talking to Doc the other day. He asked me, he says, "You ever going live again?" I said, "Not till I get my hair cut." It was just too awful. Oh my God. Just got it cut today. I said, I want it all off. They didn't even really bother with scissors. They just took a razor. I'm dead serious. Now they did the scissors on top and everything, but I said, I want it off. I can't take it. Oh my God. You wouldn't believe the hair that was all over the floor. And I said, oh God, it's mostly gray. Oh my God. It feels so much better. So now that I'm back, how is everyone? Hope everyone is doing good. Now we spent a half hour for me to just do a check mark. Can everybody hear me just fine? So I don't have to mess with the good. How about you? I'm doing good. I'm doing better than what I was. I can tell you that. I'm doing pretty well. Welcome back. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I got pretty depressed there for a while, and then when I started to snap out of it, I wasn't going to go anywhere with this hair. As I cut my own hair, it came out pretty good. I couldn't do that. Doing good? Alright. Have you been sick? I was super depressed. I was really depressed. As a matter of fact, I've been having with my drink. We've adjusted some meds, and it seems to be working pretty good. And we've been having phone talks. Dogs, I'm sorry, Miss Sheila's. Oh, thank you. Actually, I've been wanting to go on, and like I said, I was not going to come on here with my hair looking like this. You haven't missed me though. Hey, Dakota. No, Dakota, I've been keeping up with your posts. Did you like my shirt design I sent you? Yes. My census gig went belly up. My computer training stalled due to IT issues, and as I told supervisor, how long you beat your head against the wall before you realize you're just going to give yourself a headache. Aww. Sam Rockwell, welcome back. Hello. My house is so clean, I am frightened. Still in lockdown. I got tired of being in lockdown. I was like, it was too beautiful out today. It wasn't hot, it wasn't cold. And I said, I'm going out. Still got my hair cut. Thought that was one of the census questions for a second there, sir. And it says, I don't think I could cut my own hair, but did. Glad you're better, Les. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Matter of fact, I got another appointment with her next week. So, yeah, I've due to the, believe it or not, due to the COVID, there's been 3 deaths, and it was all like within a 3 week and a half span, and it was one of them. I knew the lady for like 42 years, so I was really looking forward to doing it too, but I took it as a sign that it wasn't for me. You would have liked it, Sarah. You would have liked it. I did. What do you think of them? I think they're fine. I think they're fine, Dakota. I think you're just on your way up. Doc says, I've been so sick of lockdown too, Les. Anytime I try to go and live my life outside, it ends in me getting harassed by people, like at the post office the other day. What happened at the post office? Most of the COVID deaths in my area have been at nursing homes or at a local prison. Rain Dancer, hello. Hi, Leslie. Happy on your haircut. Thank you, thank you. Me too. I'm cautious with COVID-19, but it's not too serious. Dakota, what do you mean by them? I've been keeping up on his posts on Facebook. Yeah, I want to know why Doc got harassed. Probably for taking his dog there. Man, at least you guys live in a gun. You guys live in a gun carry state. You fight a mugger off, you go to jail in New York City. Yeah, we can open carry. Don't need a license. As long as it's open. I'm good hunting, thank you. Good, Rain Dancer. Been a long time since I've seen people. Well, since I can't wear a mask due to my sensory issues, says Doc. Tourette's, I do have a face shield. Their sign says face coverings, so I thought it was okay. The second I stepped in, all hell broke loose. Are you serious? A lot of people are using the face shield. Gregman, hello. Les Hun, I know what you're saying. I've been depressed for some time myself, and I'm still in love with you. Greggy Huffman, a future ex-husband. I go to university, and we've had 55 positive cases in campus in the past week alone. I wish OSU could say that. A face shield is better than nothing. Tell them to mind your own business. Exactly. The guy behind the counter immediately backs up to the wall, and I'm more like than 15 feet away in the doorway. Do you have a mask? You can wear face shield in Alabama. Yeah, you're allowed. A lot of people are wearing face shields. You wish who could say that? I don't know. I saw the dentist a couple months ago, and when he examined me, he was wearing 3 masks. Oh my god. Greggy, hello everyone. As I'm so glad to see you. Missed you a lot. Thank you. I missed everybody too. Really. Like I said, I was wanting to go live a couple times, but you guys just don't know how my hair was. Oh my god, it was so long. Oh my god. I mean, my hair was like down to here, and it was so, and it didn't even feel good. It felt to me stringy, you know. Now it feels like cotton again. I love the soft cotton look. Love the soft cotton feel. But there were so many dead ends, and I was shedding like a dog. It was just. How many cases does the OSU have? I forget how many they have now. But I know that they're taking all the precautions and everything. Wear a thong on your face is technically a mask. Non-disposable, disposable over it, and a face shield. I've got a Pittsburgh Steelers mask. I explain I have a disability and can't wear a normal one. He blanks out and disappears in the back for like 5 minutes. Meanwhile, everyone behind me is getting pissed at me, thinking it's all my fault. Yeah, you see, I'm telling you. Well, as a matter of fact, I was talking to the hairdresser today, and I said, we're lucky we live in the town we live. You don't wear a mask. Don't. You don't want to wear a mask, don't. You're your own master. I had my haircut just before the shutdown, and I wasn't happy about the pixie cut, but later I was glad she did it. Yeah. A couple weeks ago, I was at the grocery store and saw a family who had a child sitting in the cart seat. Mine is Alabama, Roll Tide, we play Saturday. It should be back up now. Yeah, it went down. I don't know why. Because everything is in the green. CDC has new numbers. Only 9,500 died from COVID by itself. The rest had an average of 3 underlying health factors. It's fine now. Streaming's back up. Yeah, I don't know why it did that. It never went red. So I saw this little box come off the side. I was like, what? Now I'm like half laying on the table. You haven't left the house for months? There ain't nowhere to go. Yep, stream now. Okay, alright. The government is watching. Of course they're watching. Are you kidding me? There's a whole big picture going on, and nobody can see it of all the little teeny things going on. But heck yeah, I wear masks for people like him who wouldn't understand why he has to, and for people who are where I was 3 years ago. So anyway, he reluctantly calls me forward so he can help me ship my package. He then proceeds to give me the nastiest attitude, tells me my handwriting is bad. Gee, I wonder why. Sam says you can't leave your house in New York out of fear of getting robbed. I leave the house every day, gone every day, says Dakota. I have nowhere to go. Sarah says undergoing radiation treatment and still looked and felt perfectly healthy. There's nowhere to go. Like I said before. Where am I gonna go? Everything that's open is only half open. My mom hasn't left the house in months, says Greggy. I didn't. I mean, I've been outside, but don't feel bad unless I don't either. Go to a party. Well, it is hard for me to get around, but you know, and the grandkids come over here, so in October they will shut us down again for mail-in voting. I'm gonna mail my vote in. I was planning on doing it anyway. It had nothing to do with anything. I was just gonna do it. I can't stand in that line. He asked me what specifically it is I'm shipping, so I'm honest and say, leather guide dog harness. And he has me repeat it like 5 times, all the while giving me a super exaggerated, you're crazy look. I just get in the car and go for a ride for a couple hours, says Carrot Top. I suppose. But, you know, like I wore a mask because that, like today at the hairdressers, there's signs all over the place. Don't forget your masks. Masks. You must wear masks. They're not doing beard trimming or anything like that. You have to wear a mask, and they'll wash your hair with your mask on and everything. There's only one time they had me unloop it from my ears, but I had to hold it against my face. But I wore a mask because that is what their shop requires. All of them require that. Now, there are times I don't want to wear a mask because, like, say if you go out to eat, you're sitting down with your mask off, eating and talking. What's the point? You know? Um, do what the kids do today, call up his supervisor and make something up. I hugged a guy the other day who tested positive and I didn't know it, so I got tested. The price came out to like, Doc says, price came out to like 33 bucks to ship it with ground. I was like, what? It was a 4 pounds and not huge. I was pissed. I took the receipt and left. I wouldn't have paid 33 bucks. I would have put that sucker right there in a small pre-packaged or prepaid box for $5. Literally. If you went into the cheapest way to mail shit, ask me, because my sister works for post office, and she told me all the cheapest ways to ship shit. Even overseas, I ship stuff to Australia, as far away as Australia. Because I believe I had COVID before the news hit, I finally qualified for the nasal swab test. Yikes, that was a terrible experience. Did it hurt? Doc says, then when I turned around, I see everyone in line and even the driver outside is scowling at me like they hate my damn guts. Oh my god. Garrett says, we don't have a choice. We are mandatory in our state and public places for masks. We're supposed to be, but like the bigger stores, they're not fighting anybody who doesn't wear a mask. They're not fighting anyone. They're telling people in LA to wear a mask at home. That's going too far. I feel like they were scraping my cerebellum. Ooh. But the vertigo, which I didn't expect, was the worst part. That's what I was wondering, because, you know, they go all the way. Get a letter from a doctor so you don't have to wear a mask. Doc says, Liz, I was going to ask them. Whoops. Whoop. I was going to ask them for their prepackaged boxes, but I just wanted to leave, and the guy was barely helping me anyway. I was just so done. You mean they don't have them just sitting out in front in the lobby? That's terrible. Yeah, I got the nasal swab test too. It feels like the inside of your nose is burning. Ew. Chris, hello. It hurt me when I got it 3 months ago. God. Yeah, you guys, Chris had it. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but Chris had the COVID. And luckily, thank God, he's here with us today. I figured he'd be at work. I was able to pull my car forward, tip the seat back, and put the AC on high until I could drive home. Awesome. D-Car, hello. Good to see you. Great, you'll be right back. No state is mandatory. Establishments have the right to refuse you, though. Yeah, people don't understand that even though they don't think some states, you know, the governor says please wear the mask and blah 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 blah. People don't realize that an establishment can refuse service, and they set the rules for their establishment. It is not public property; it is private property. So those express mailboxes should be on a play rack in the post office lobby. That's what I'm saying. I still can't taste or smell anything, says Chris. Welcome to my world. I'm like that every day, so I wouldn't know. I am like that every day of my life. Been that way since I was 7. And that is not true, and it's not just about you, it can save others. But what was it like, Chris? Probably hell. Does anyone here watch Ask a Mortician with Caitlin Doherty? Huh, I never even heard of it. As long as you got a letter from a doctor, you can sue them. Not necessarily. Every establishment has the right, because most I'd say 95% of establishments have other ways you can shop. They will bring your stuff out to you. You can order it online and they will bring it out to you curbside. You know? I know people are threatening it's a $75,000 lawsuit. Not if they offer other services, other ways to get your shit. Chris, a teacher of mine, got it and he said the same thing. He still cannot smell or taste anything. I wear my mask 8 hours a day with my job. It's more comfortable. They make priority mail breast boxes specifically for human remains and are marked as such. Damn, do they? It's discrimination. No, it isn't. I can use that, you know, the ADA. I can use that. Literally. But they offer other services. I don't have to walk into the store. I can order it and they will bring it to my car. As long as there's a way for you to shop with that store. But if they could serve you outside, you can't. Why can't you? The rules are constantly changing regarding COVID safety. Exactly. Exactly. She's a mortician who encourages natural burials and other methods of dealing with bodies. She's also very entertaining. I've never even heard of it. Amy's Realm of Creative Inspiration. Hello. Hi, Les. Good to see you're okay. Haven't seen you pop up in quite a while. Yeah, I've been gone quite a while. For me, it's different for everyone. I felt like shit for 3 days. Chills, hard to breathe, no taste or smell, fever, but it wasn't as bad for me as others. My coworker had it, was in ICU for 3 weeks. We've had 3. You can't sue if they will bring it to your car. Yeah, if they offer other ways, you can't sue. They have signs now saying masks required unless it poses a health risk to you. That last part is in small writing. Les, you should check her out. She's been on enough that it's a regular old rabbit hole. Is she on YouTube, TV? I don't know. Just don't know. I asked my sister, I said, when you're in that LLV, do you wear a mask? She never did answer me now that I think about it. Oh, she's a YouTube channel, Ask a Mortician, and she's published several books. Hope you gave 45 the finger as he left. Ah. Who's 45? There has been at least 150 cases at my work, which is insane for one place. Oh. My friend Gerald had it and said he had hallucinations with COVID. He is fine. Degar says, if you can smell a fart from someone wearing jeans, do you honestly think a mask is going to stop a virus? Think about it for a minute. Oh, Trump. I didn't know he was called 45. Look at it this way, Decar. It's the droplets that spread it. Like if somebody coughs, sneezes, it's type people, you know, as constant saliva everywhere and spit when they talk. Now, if you pee your pants and you have no pants on, your pee's going to go and splash and go everywhere. But if you have a pair of jeans on and you pee your pants, you're still going to pee your pants, but it's going to stay on you and your jeans. Think of it that way. I like watching ET News Network. They show riots live from 5 states. Yeah, I'm so sick of it. Oh. I just thought I had a mild cold and then it went away and came back a few days later, says Sarah. When heard about the relapsing, that made me think I probably had it. Doc says most don't realize it, but if you're disabled, can't wear a mask, and they tell you to leave, they're not letting you shop there because you are disabled. Feels cold after 10 minutes later when the he cools off. I know. I've actually had done that. Um, no, they'll tell you to order online and we'll bring it out to you, or tell us what you want. We'll do the shopping, bring it out to you, and then we'll ring you up. I realize I spit when talk. Have to wear mask every day. Have to wash mask every day. Yeah, but I don't know. I was talking with the hairdresser and we were saying this is the new normal. Although we do think, um, we both think the same thing. They need to let up on some shit. Um, really. If you're with your boyfriend or your husband, you live together, and you're having a baby, the man lives with you. Why can't he go into the appointment? I mean, that's really asinine. Your mother, why can't people you live with on a daily go back with you to your appointments? That's about asinine. For real. I just don't leave my house at all. It's been so depressing. I have to fight, live my life like normal, but I'm just so tired of it, says Doc. I know. I can't live the way I want to live. So, green. There it is. Um, it's just so boring. Doc, you walk 1 hour a day, or your muscles will get softer. Yup. Because I don't, and I'm feeling it. But a lot of things are going on with me, so. But there's a lot of other things going on. I mean, what about these hurricanes, now tropical storms, and the fires? God, is there even a West Coast anymore? Sam says, I'm walking 3 hours now. I feel so better. Awesome. Alabama, you can have one person with you if you have surgery. My sister in law had foot surgery. My brother went with her. Yeah, a lot of places, like, I know here, um, no. And I don't get it. I really don't get it. For this, my vision was getting a lot better, and I was fixing to want to join the National Guard here, but now they make military wear masks, so I'm delayed yet again. Sarah says, about a month ago, I heard a little kid, 3 or 4 years old, say, I hate the virus, and I told him everybody hates the virus. My little grandson thinks he's gonna die. Like, honey, you're not gonna. Sarah says, I hope nobody here is affected by the wildfires. I tell you what, it just seems to be every year getting worse out there. I mean, like I said, is there even a West Coast left? Sam says they arrested 7 people from Antifa caught, get caught red-handed starting fires, but no mention in the press figures. Alabama beaches are destroyed. Pray for my cousin Bob. His house was damaged. Oh wow. Garrett says, Doc, hang in there. Sam, some people have been listening to scanners and hearing Black Lives Matter and thinking it's Black Lives Matter, and it's actually Bureau of Land Management. Amy says there is no Antifa. Okay. That BLM has been starting controlled backfires. Great. It is bad in Cali, says Snicker. I have family, a lot of family. Scares the crap out of me. Sam says, no, this lady filmed this guy starting a fire. Jeez. I think there's just a lot of things going on. Did she call the police and fire departments? Excuse me. Amy says, anyone against fascism, Antifa, saying. Well, then everybody is. Doc says the BLM Chicago chapter came out the other day, said they want total abolishment of our police. They got run out by the locals. F them. Little Miss, hello. We decided to burn the germs away in California. Awesome. Sam says no Antifa, so BLM gave 50 million to a fake organization. Sarah says some of these fires have been arson. The one that almost destroyed Gatlinburg was. That's true. That's true. Um, yeah, that was pretty bad. Not gonna lie. I'm with Little Miss. Let's just burn the germ away. Connie Baldwin, hello. Hello, hello. Sam says they found drones with flares on them. Doc says they claim it's not an organization, so no one gets arrested or put on any crime statistics. Oh, and do virtue signal so you sound like an evil person if you say I hate Antifa. Shady, the amazing blessing from Hurricane Sally is that none of my friends were hurt. They are trying to open beaches back this weekend. Connie says, glad to see you're alive and kicking. Thank you, thank you. How are you? Connie's like, hey, Snick. Greggy, did fire start from a lightning strike? I don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows the truth anymore. Dan says people in Oregon heard fireworks. This down. Before the land burned. Connie says, hey, Greg. Bam was just asking after you the other day. Says, hey, Connor. Hey, Shady. Connie. Says Doc. Greggy says, Connie, clap. Who knows? Never told the truth on anything. For real. Never. Ever, never. Funny how the fire stopped right at the Canada border. Iconic fire started from gender baby revealed party. Really? Amy's realm of creative inspiration. I'm so mad about that punk kid in Kenosha who murdered the 2 guys. Pray it doesn't get worse and we don't have war in our streets. Exactly. Snicker says one of the fires in Cali was started by a family throwing a baby reveal. You know what? Half the time, people in California, half of them, don't need to be living in California. Grass is, it feels like straw everywhere. Let's have a fire. Saved his life. Self-defense, man. Hey, hey. Hi. Maybe if they weren't acting like punks themselves, threatening his life, we wouldn't have to take things into our own hands. Bonnie says, let's have a fire during the Santa Ana winds. Hell yeah. Sure. Sure. Gonna be good. Dun dun. That's BS, Doc. Amy. He was protecting a friend's business. Open carry state. Huh? Yeah, people are tired of having their businesses ruined. Or what? Nobody knows what the hell they're even fighting for. I've just been watching Katie go on drunken racist rants. I didn't even get a notification she was live. Bagels and cream cheese, folks. I haven't had this in over a year. Fuck, I live in the area that kid had no reason being there, and Connie says, dang, I missed it. Sam says, why would you chase someone with an assault rifle? Nothing good can happen. Exactly. I'm done with her. She broke my heart. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, little miss. What I understand, she broke quite a few hearts. Sam says he lived there. Connie says, what a role model. No, he did not live there. Who knows? He was already there earlier at a local school. Amy Kenosha is 20 minutes max from his residence in it. Anyway, it's not like he traveled cross country unlike the rioters who were there. Sam says one of those guys he killed was a convicted pedophile. Connie says, and that is BS too, Sam. Sam says, Google it. Fixing to fact check that, says Connie. Well, it's public record, Connie. Those guys were no angels. Still, does that give somebody a right? No. Ooh. Ooh. Just because your Piggy Daddy says so does not mean it's true. Piggy Daddy. When they come at you with a skateboard, I'd say that's more than enough of a right. Oh, it's a skateboard. Les, can you believe 60 Minutes Australia tried to call me? I didn't return the call. My brother had to leave his home that night. They thought we were related to that thug. Really? Are you serious? That's why that kid had a fund set up by his entire state. They were trying to stop him from shooting any more people. You guys go fund me anything, Sam. Yep. Oh my god. Does not mean he's a hero. You have the same name? Ah, asks Sarah. I think some of the RWNJs thought he was a hero because he was a gun. Real heroes don't want to use guns. GoFund has rules. They don't let anyone get a GoFundMe. Same damn city, too. Ain't that some shit, says Amy. Damn. Right wing nut job. A skateboard will split a guy's head open, Les. So will a golf club and bat. My grandkids' toy fire truck can. Little miss. GFM wouldn't do it. Another similar crowdfunding site did. This is just what he wants, division. He delights in it. Last I heard, we raised over $500,000 for the shooter's defense. So, that is sad. Hope they throw the book at his mother too, and whoever supplied that gun. Amy said that shooter nearly shot off arm of third victim also has death threats. Sam says his gun was legit. What state was that in again? I just read some headlines on it. I don't know. James says, I bet my life he won't do 1 day in jail. Who knows? Wisconsin. Okay. That shit going on out there in the West, huh? Rain Dancer says, just called our LE, all the homeless camp in alley party. Wake us up. Our city has done nothing to help homeless. Better do something. It's gonna get cold soon. Love says Chicago is just abysmal here. Idiot mayor ruined this entire city, but not put her in charge of Legos. Hell, I don't even know who our mayor is anymore. I forget. think his last name. He don't do much. He's pretty much like, yeah, whatever Nerf does. Although, I will give him this. He is allowing trick-or-treating. Whereas Nerf's not. But he is allowing Heath to trick-or-treat. On the 29th, I think. Our country's going to craps a snicker. If something's done soon, I don't even want to imagine what could happen. Oh, I've already imagined it. Seattle, Mary here, ruined city. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Honey, don't like confident men, says Sam. Amy says, went to throw stuff in a dumpster tonight. Darn cat jumped out. Thought it was a rat. Oh my god. I just I prefer suckers and babies. Hate to say this, but Civil War is on the horizon. Oh yeah. And that's what they want. Doc says, I say let it happen. Oh no. Don't worry, Connie. Trump will replace RBG with a good person. Don't worry, Sam. The USA will replace with a true president. There won't be a true president in office till I get in there. On TikTok, Canada's like, come live here. That's for president. That's right. Yeah, can you imagine? Can you believe it? Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I said, oh my god. Judge Judy's role model. Because when Judge Judy went to her ponytail, I said, right there's the next Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Rain Angel said our rains begin this week. I hope so. Put out some of them fires there on the West Coast. I didn't agree with RBG, but she was, unlike any other woman of her time. Was for the White House. Hell yeah! I say Judge Judy for Supreme Court. So RBG's death did not surprise me at all. He'd been very sick for a long time, yeah. Carrot Top, good night, Les. It was good seeing you. Thank you for coming in, Carrot Top. Appreciate it. Nice seeing you too. You know, one of the things I liked about Ruth Bader Ginsburg is that she did not take herself that seriously. She actually made fun of herself. She had a sense of humor that that a lot of people didn't know. She had a sense of humor. Yeah, Judge Judy should run for president. I bet she would crack the whip. Judge Judy's what? 200-300 years old now? The doorman is forced to retire at 85. They should make a Supreme Court judge retire at 80. I agree. Sarah says she believed in equality for everybody. Do you know that men couldn't get ADC, ENF, or Social Security survivors benefits for the kids until our RBG intervened? Sam says she had balls. Yes, she did. She didn't care. This is going. It's so crazy to look at what was happening when we were born and same things going on now concerning civil unrest. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because, you know, during my time was the Vietnam War and people protesting and defecting and all that other happy horse shit. I'm voting Wyatt the dog 2020. He is banning the Karens. I love it. And you know what's funny? Is that the Karen thing started on Reddit. And then when it started coming out with videos of Karens, I was like, oh my god, I get to see them in real life. Well, they say history repeats itself if it's not remembered. We need a strong leader. Yeah, we need somebody who don't give a shit. Liz, I think she celebrated her 300th right after Paula's. I think Judge Judy's like, what, 77? I know she's close to 80. Sam says, after 75, you're 40% gone in the head. I'm glad I remember very little of the 60s. I was a preschooler at the time. I was born towards the end. What's the 70s I remember? I hated the 70s. Hated the 70s. I hated the 70s and I knew it when I was in the 70s. The Rock should run. I wonder how much blow Dumbo's going to have to do for the debates next week. I don't know. Les and me, we were at Woodstock. Greggy takes me places. We were doing the Janis Joplin thing. Oh yeah. I like Tulsi Gabbard. She thought for herself. That's a no-no in Democratic Party. Connie says I was only 10. Doc says Joe will think he's running against Gary Hart in 1984 again. You remember? I remember that. Gary Hart ran and all that. God. God, I remember when Gerald Ford took office. There says I voted for POTUS in 1984, Walter Mondale and Geraldine Ferraro. Did you really? Well, at least Joe can find the U.S. on a map and knows that Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. Doesn't matter what or where our world is at unrest, exactly. And the thing of it is, you guys, the same things that we're complaining about, other than our own political figures, is the same thing that people all over the world are complaining with their political figures. It's just really weird watching people from all over the world. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They got the same gripes as we do. I was horrified at how few people knew we'd had a woman on a major party ticket. Oh. Did you know that racist Trump paid for Reverend Jesse Jackson 2 times? A lot for 1984. $20 million. Paid him for what? Amy says, I still think 45 has something to do with Epstein death. Keeps making statements about cracking down on trafficking, but he is trying to cover his ass or something. I don't think he had anything to do with the death. Trump was the first person to hire a woman as to build one of his skyscrapers in 1981. Trump paid for Reverend Jesse Jackson to run for president 2 times in the 80s. Oh, he paid for him to run. Oh, okay. Are the Virgin Islands part of the U.S.? I don't know. Is the Philippines still a U.S. thing? Yeah, the U.S. Virgin Islands. I thought they were guilty. We didn't know about false confessions in the 80s like we do now. There is U.S. Virgin Islands and the British Virgin Islands. U.S. VI is a territory. They're citizens but can't vote. Philippines are independent but have a big U.S. military presence to this day. Okay, I was wondering what was going on with that. I wasn't sure. I heard something about them releasing names from flight log. What I think of, are we still talking about the Epstein thing, Amy? Because what I think is funny about all that is that the British Palace, they are so scared shitless right now. Maybe something to do with Maxwell, yes. Probably. Probably. I think it's funny that the Queen's favorite child is mixed up in this bullshit. Yeah, Clinton went there. I'll face it, a lot of people went there. Biden's island next door to Epstein's. Imagine that, old geezer. They're all in. All of them. Yep, Prince Andrew. Queen's favorite. And he's a prick. Andrew really is. I don't blame Fergie. I don't. I think Andrew is an ass. Bill Clinton does not look healthy. No, he doesn't. Andrew is guilty. Oh, yeah, he's guilty. None of these walking corpses look healthy. No, they don't. Maxwell is going to sing after elections. Oh, you know she is. She's going to save her ass. For real. Real. That's when the real shit's going. There's probably some lockbox somewhere with some papers in it. Ever notice how these health officials look the most unhealthiest? Well, I didn't think the next president and his wife were health officials. Fauci looks fine. My doctor looks fine. She just had a baby. Sarah, I don't think Clinton is a pedophile, but Prince Andrew, something's not right with that boy. Same here. Everyone knows, Hillary looks bad also, yeah. I thought they could reopen the impeachment. Double jeopardy. Now, if they find other stuff to get him on, yeah, they can have another one. Hillary never looked good to begin with. Surprised Bill could do anything with that. Stop, Doc. I have a feeling Hillary would not be living now if she'd been elected. Why, you think the job would get to her or somebody would offer? Rain Ants are a bunch of blood drinkers. There, however, we'd have Tim Kaine for POTUS, and I really voted for him. Clinton is a chomo, his wife knew it. They use the special fuzzy lenses when they interview Hillary on TV. uh, right, ad articles. Sarah says either. More likely the stress would have got her. No, he was impeached. Can't impeach twice. Yeah, they just voted whether to oust him or not. Did the same thing with Bill. Personally, I think that was a lot of money just to find out he got a blowjob. For real. Impeached him for that? I can care less. Oh, Ken Starr. Whole royal family is bullshit. Tell me about it. They are closing ranks around Andrew. And they're probably doing that because I bet you Charles has something to do. You know what? Wouldn't that be funny if Charles was actually the angel of the family? They impeached him for lying to Congress. He was actually impeached, etc., because he lied under oath. Oh, yeah. I mean, you know. But I just think it's funny that uh, the royal palace over there in England comes Andrew. Andrew's kept a really low profile. These Fort Hood killings are also freaking me out. I used to tease and say UK can have Trump. We'll take William and Harry. I'll take William. You can have Harry. Harry done lost his mind. Although I do want to see his baby. I want to see what Archie looks like. I think, isn't Archie like a year old now? Thought he was. Seems like he's been born forever. There's still debate over there. I found out there's still a debate over there whether Charles or William's going to take the throne. Can you imagine them positioning Queen Elizabeth like Bernie, Weekend at Bernie's, act like she's still alive? Are you sure she's alive? She's 140 now. Archie looks like his dad, very cute, with very curly hair. I want to see him. I haven't seen him. Still feel bad Princess Di didn't get to see her boys grow up. Yeah. I think things would have been a little bit different. For real. A little bit. She would have been a very proud grandma. Yeah. I don't think Harry would have went off the deep end. His mom was still around. I don't think so. They say he was a mama's boy. So, yeah, he was the wild one. Well, they say William was just as wild. It's just that because he's next in succession, they kept it under the radar. All the press was Monica's lucky Hillary didn't take her. Bill's lucky Hillary didn't take him out. But I think Hillary knew Bill would step out time to time. Monica was not his first, as we all know. And Hillary has stuck with him all this time. So, Chelsea was the person I felt worst about in the whole thing. Yeah. Nobody thinks of the kids. I don't think Hillary has been 100% faithful herself. It's a matter between them, and it should always be between the husband and wife. People can forgive, some can't. Some like to be dramatic and stuff, but you know, in relationships, that's why people need to stay out of it. Totally, totally out of it. Thank God, my dad, he's just whatever. Really, my mom, she's like, she's always been the type. She said it's not easy to see one of her girls hurt. But she's honest. She said, nothing I can do. And there isn't, you know? There isn't. Everybody just needs to stay out of it. Leave it up to them. And it was. And I thought that way back then. It's between those two. For real. Real. But, the fact that the dress was never clean is nasty. For real. For real. Clean. Ew. Nasty. Ew. Ew. Oh my. So, let's see, what all else? Seems like a lot of stuff was went on, but not a lot is went on. You know what I mean? Just depends on your mood, I guess. Amy said I miss watching Scandal. There was a show, and I cannot remember the name of it, but it had Sigourney Weaver and she played Secretary of State, and it 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 wasn't on long. I think it was just meant as like a little small mini series, like on TNT, or I think it was TNT station, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Fantastic. No, it wasn't the show Madam Secretary. This one had Sigourney Weaver, and it it was on way before that show came on. And I can't remember the name of it. Oh, wish I could. No, it wasn't a comedy. She played Secretary of State. Oh, and who I forget who played the president. You would know him if you saw him. Um, but it was a good mini series. I wish they would have made that into a show. For real. How are the grandkids, brats? You're brats. 100% true. I ain't gonna lie. I think we're picking up. I think we're getting Zach and Nina for a little while tomorrow. Zaya, he's in school. He's actually going to school. He was doing the at home thing. He just told him, "This is boring." He's too smart for his own good, though. He really needs to be challenged, and he needs to be in a grave. He needs to be in a grade higher than what he is. He really needs to be. He is so smart, so smart. Yeah, I loved Madam Secretary, but Madam President, which had a few episodes, rails. Never seen Madam President, but yeah, Nina's just growing up way too quick. She's 10, going on 16. I'm like, girl, oof. And then Zach, he's just a holy terror. He thinks because he's cute and he says, scrunches his nose, says, "I love you." Like, we're like, what are you getting into? That's the name. Was a USA show. Political Animals. That might be it. Let me double check. So, shut down averted. House passes stopgap funding bill. Oh, I better stop. Okay. Whoop. Did you know? I did not know this, you guys. Sigourney Weaver is 70 years old. Can you believe that? 70? She's worth 50 million. Damn. Political Animals, that may have been it. Didn't know she was that old. Damn, they usually give a list of all their things, but it could be political animals. Yeah, you just looked it up. Probably it. That was good. That was a good miniseries. I really, really liked that. I didn't miss an episode. Seen the movie Dave. Loved that. Never heard of it. Doc's been trying to get back into the world of tanks, but the controls don't translate into the Switch very well. Me too. But I do like that. That miniseries was a good miniseries. 70 sounds about right for Sigourney. I always thought she was just very spry for her age. I don't. I that shocks me. I did not know. Damn. How old was she when she was doing Aliens? Hmm. Shaving her head. I still can't believe Regis passed. Yeah, I can't believe that. That kind of shocked me. But he was up there too. It's so weird because you think of these people and you think of them as they're younger. I don't know why. If she's 70 now, she would have been in her late 20s when she did the first Alien. That is still one of my favorite movies, the first one. Um, there's a Chadwick Boseman's death was such a shock, just like Neil Peart's. Wait a minute, who's Chadwick Boseman? Amy says because we grew up watching them. Wow. Les, if we got tickets to Jerry Springer, would you be shouting Jerry, Jerry from the audience? No, because he's doing his law thing now. He's playing a judge on TV. Have you guys seen that? He keeps telling him, "This isn't my show." He played Jackie Robinson in 42 and was the Black Panther. Oh yeah, that's right. Duh. That shocked me. I said, "Well, I guess there's not going to be another Black Panther movie." Damn. I haven't seen it yet, but apparently the Black Panther movie kicked ass. Everybody I've talked to has said, "I can't believe you haven't watched it." I was like, no, I haven't watched it yet. So, I went once. He stood right in front of me and said I had 30 minutes to get my hands off him. Never forget that. Really, Amy? Oh, I had TiVo'd it and watched it after he died. It's really good. Yeah, that's what they keep telling me. Said the special effects were fantastic. For some reason, I can believe him saying that, Amy, for real. I mean, let's face it. He paid a hooker with a check. He didn't give it. And he was the mayor of Cincinnati then. I thought Black Panther was okay. Some parts were super, super good, and others you could tell, yeah, this is a modern Marvel movie. Well, yeah, of course it's a modern Marvel movie. That was when he was in Chicago. And I can't believe him saying that. It does not surprise me a bit. I'd probably say the same thing. You got 30 minutes. Oh, I don't even know if the movie theaters are even open now. Well, their modern stuff hasn't exactly been too good. It's hit or miss. Anytime they can bring Wonder Woman back the way they did is fine with me. Although the lady that plays her actually really does scare me. I didn't know what he was saying. I was shocked. I did very much enjoy into the Spider Verse. You know, I liked Spider Man, and then it just went haywire after that. I'm like, I can't even keep up with it. Spider Man ain't that good. They have 52 movies just on him. Has the second Wonder Woman movie even came out yet? I haven't seen. Of course, I haven't paid attention. There's quite a few movies this year I haven't paid it that I wanted to see. I haven't paid. Of course, I think the second Wonder Woman movie wasn't it supposed to be out last year? But I like the Marvel movies. I try to stay away from the Superman ones because I'm just sick of seeing them. But I like the idea of these superheroes coming back to life in modern times. And just think, our kids, grandkids, that's all they're gonna know. They're not gonna know Adam West playing Batman in the '60s. You know, they're not gonna know of what was his name? Oh, the original Superman that was in black and white. Um, or even Christopher Reeves. That was the shit back then. But I like action, adventure, that kind of stuff. Sci-fi, that kind of stuff. I don't get into the chick flick things. They're boring to me, for real. Because I'm like, that doesn't really happen. Scary movies should be starting soon. Yep. But even then, I'm picky on which scary movies because there's a difference between a scary movie and a slasher film. I'm not so much. My friend Michelle was always into the slasher. So I watched a lot of them because of her. But Um, I like a scary movie as long as it's good. Doc says I like Lou Ferrigno's portrayal of the Hulk. Oh yeah, that was way before they had CGI. He had to put on all that muscle in real life. He was already a bodybuilder in real life. He just had to keep it up, but he was always a bodybuilder. Lou Ferrigno was. He was just deaf. Sarah says, I found slasher movies funny in a campy sort of way. Suspenseful movies where the gore happens off screen are another story. Exactly. Do you know that Lou Ferrigno's the uh-huh? Did you know that Lou Ferrigno broke, I forget how many bones in his body, but his daughter ran out into the road and there was a truck coming? He stopped that damn truck with it. Save his daughter. I fell in love with him. And that's when I was young. Is that right when I typed it? But yeah, he stopped that damn truck. Used his body. He was out of the game for a while. Save his child. Be that massive that you can. Now, don't get me wrong, the truck was not going 55 miles an hour. You know. But it was not able to stop, save his keep from hitting his child. Back, they found the pregnant lady who's been missing here. So sad. Oh man, I don't even want to know. But I did like the Bill Bixby, Lou Ferrigno thing. Please don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. A lot of movies on Roku channels have crappy endings. I like Tacoma, her poor. Tacoma, her poor. Probably meant to say family. Lou and I are the same height, but he outdoes me way too many times over in terms of muscle. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know if he's still muscly. I was gonna say something and I forgot. What was I gonna say? Oh, for the life of me, I cannot remember. Maybe it'll come to me in a minute. You'll find out. Lou? He's 68. Damn. He's 6'5". He's got one son, Lou Ferrigno Jr. He's still worth $12 million. Let's see what he looks. Oh, don't he look good with a goatee and a mustache? Yeah, he still looks built. He needs to stop coloring his hair to match his beard and mustache. His beard and mustache are all gray and his hair is like brown. He looks good there now. You can see the little gray through here. Yeah, he still looks. Yeah, he's still built. He took some selfies. Oh, only guy not to do steroids that got that big. Probably benches 400 pounds still. Hey, he looks like. Rain Dancer said, geez, more ruckus in the alley. I see that his son is also an actor. Looks just like him too. Yeah. Handsome, isn't he? So it was his son. I thought it was a daughter. So it was his son, he said. Hell. Hell. Since Arnold was jealous of him. Really? I didn't know that. I did not know that. Well, you can tell Arnold doesn't work out like he used to. I love how they say that his son that he had with his house cleaner, um, how they say his son looks just like Arnold, and I'm like, oh, he doesn't. Ooh, he don't. Yeah, Arnold used steroids. A lot of people didn't know that. He admitted to that though, but he said he only used them back in his weightlifting days, bodybuilding days. I don't believe that one either. I really don't. Oh, yeah, that is cheating. That is cheating. Yeah, Lou still look. Website. Oh gosh. I loved Hulk Hogan says Sam. I will fight you to this day if you speak bad of him. What's he up to now? What's he been up to? Let me put this down. Hogan had me doing my push-ups and eating my vitamins. You remember that where he went through a spell where he was a bad guy for a while? That didn't last long. I'm like, Hulk, what is your problem? My grandparents loved to watch wrestling. It's funny. No one can compel me to do either of those things, Sam. Ah. He was a bad guy with NWO. That was the best. Snickerdoodle said, I've seen Hulk wrestle back in the 80s. It was cool. Yeah, my grandparents loved to watch him, so I watched all of it. Because I know my grandparents. Can't very well tell them what to do with their TV. He made more money as a bad guy than a good guy. Well, I'm glad he went back to being a good guy. But my grandma was so pissed at him going bad. She was so pissed at him. Oh my god. You would think that they actually thought all that stuff was like real. Nitro on TNT. Yeah. Remember all them nights. Watched wrestling and my grandpa loved boxing. Oh, of course I knew the boxers back in the day. In the 70s and all that. Um, but he couldn't stand football. I don't get it. My dad is a sports fan. I'm a sports fan. And nobody else in the family is. I don't get it. I was like, how can you not like football? None of my cousins, my uncles, none of them. None of them sports fans at all. Yeah, me and my dad, we'd be watching everything. If my dad went home, it didn't matter. Mom already knew. Turn the TV to Channel 10. Let me watch my skiing and ice skating and swimming, and didn't matter. Haven't heard from her in a while and was concerned knowing she's an essential worker and such. She's doing good. She's hidden like in a corner at work behind. It is so funny. They're not. They put plexiglass everywhere except for like around, not around back where the construction workers and all that go. And so where she's at, they put tape down everywhere, and the seats are so far away, and all the customers just bring them up. He's like, "Will you please wear a mask? You're too close." PBS had that on Thursday night. Let her know I asked about it. Please. I will. I will. I'll let her know how you're doing. I miss Art Bell. He was the best to fall asleep too. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. And it's so funny because I know when we'd have to take late night trips to West Virginia for my grandpa, um, Dad would put him on the trip down. So sometimes it would be, well, I would think it was late because I was a kid. Um, but he would actually put that on, and he'd put that on the way back. Um, yeah, you can still listen to him on YouTube. Sam says, I tried to listen to him last night. It depressed me. I turned it off. Aww. Art Bell died a couple years ago. Yeah. Yeah, what was it? 2, 3 years ago? Maybe 4? Something like that? I think it's been within the past 5 years. You can still listen to him. You know, you can find him on YouTube. Sam says, thought it was a year. Maybe it was last year. I thought it was a couple, but I know it's been within the last 5 years. I knew his wife had died. And then he married another woman with the same first name. Oh, that's creepy as hell. Now, what's the name of that guy that took over for him? I'm looking right at him, too. He has a mustache, dark hair. What's his name? Wiki says he died April 13th, 2018. That's what I thought was a couple years ago. George Norrie, yeah. Yeah. Now he was on the Art Bell show a lot before Art died. I do know that. Yeah. I don't he's not as good. He looks a little greasy to me, but you know, he just seems like he thinks he's the authority on everything. And I'm like, dude, sometimes you just don't know what you're talking about. But, you know, Art Bell had that AM gold voice. Yep. Yep. Well, he'd been doing it for so long, and you know, it was stuff he was interested in to begin with, and he just knew, you know. He knew what to do. He knew where to go, what to say. He's classic all to himself. 5 minutes I was knocked out from art. Oh, it just depends on the topics with him, whether you'll go to sleep or not. Sometimes I like to listen just for the people that call in. It was Shadow People was the best one. I think it was good. I think. I mean, you know, I think a lot of stuff he did was good. For real, for real. Mm. Excuse me, it's past my bedtime. Now, when you listen to Coast, you get woken up with 6 commercials. I know. I know. It's like, are you, yeah. Get to the programming. I don't think a lot of people listen to the radio like that anymore. That's a shame. I know one thing, I can't listen to it while I'm driving. I'll go to sleep. I'm not kidding either. I will go to sleep. I go to sleep in the car listening to it. Oh, I've been known Many a time. Just that's, next thing I know, we're in another state, and I'm like, where the hell are we? I miss radio stations. I used to love listening to America's Trucking Network, 700 WLW with Steve until iHeartRadio made some drastic changes to the show. Sarah says, I was mistaken about Art Bell marrying a woman with the same name as his late wife. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. I don't know. What I think is creepy is marrying somebody who looks exactly like your ex-wife or your deceased wife. The man who refused to die. Hello, what's up, brothers and sisters? Absolutely nothing. Greg says, Liz, great seeing you. Love you, night all. Greggy Huffman, I thought you already left, honey. You have a good night, hon. Thank you for coming in. I'm getting ready to leave anyway. Sam says, or her sister. Oh, yeah. But like Ronald Reagan, it always cracked me up because if you looked at Jane Wyman and then you looked at Nancy Reagan, oh my God. I'm like, man, he certainly has the type, doesn't he? What about those guys that date women who purposefully remind them of their mom? Ew. That's sad. Ew. Ew. Gross. Gary Bun, hello. Hello, sorry to ask you this again. I will write down what you say this time. Could you please tell me again where you saw across in the human body bunches of them and why seeing that was biblical? Okay. Something I know something about. Yeah, they have a reverse Oedipus complex when dudes look for women who remind them of their mothers. Good night, Liz. Good night, y'all. I'm falling asleep. Come back sooner. I will. You have a good night, Sam. Thank you for coming. Okay, it was I really need to go through my you're going to have to give me a minute to think. But what it was is that with the CERN collider in Switzerland, they're trying to find that very moment where life was created in the universe. And they're calling that the God particle. They're looking for the God particle. So, it was a pastor and a writer, and they got, I believe it was I'm not gonna say 100% sure which came up with it, but they were wanting to know what's the Jesus glue, and that's what it's called. So when it was either writer or pastor, I can't remember. I think it was a writer. Well, anyway, did some investigating, and they got a hold of somebody who knew somebody with this and that, whatever. Well, somehow they looked, yeah, the Higgs boson, yeah, the CERN collider, yeah, the Higgs. So what they were wanting is to know what holds the human body together. And we all know that the diaphragm holds everything in. Okay? But they were wanting to know, what is the Jesus glue? Well, they looked at the atoms, the molecules, okay, the molecules within the diaphragm. Okay, and you know anything about science? A molecule is a molecule is a molecule. You cannot change it. Hydrogen molecule, what it is. Oxygen molecule is what it is. You can put molecules together to make different things like H2O, water. But a molecule is a molecule. And what they found, which is a good thing we plan on doing anyway, well, what they found was a molecule inside the diaphragm that's in the shape of a cross. You can't change that. You cannot change that. It's called the Jesus glue. I believe that's what it's called. And the reason why that's biblical is because Jesus said there's three parts. The Trinity. You have God the Father, Jesus the Son, and the Holy Spirit. In the Old Testament, God spoke directly to his people. Okay, through prophets and all that. He spoke directly to them. And then Jesus' time, Jesus was there. God didn't need to speak anymore because he was a human speaking. He didn't need to go through prophets anymore. You know, like the greatest prophets, Elijah and all that, you know. He didn't need to speak through them no more. He had Jesus. Him. And then when Jesus died, and he came back and was talking to his disciples and all that, he said, I will never ever leave you. He told him, I will always be with you. And then come to find out that this molecule that's in our diaphragm, one of the molecules that's in our diaphragm, is in the shape of a cross. There you go. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Les. And hi, Doc. This is Gary. You're welcome. But I can't remember if it was a pastor or if it was a writer. I can't remember right off the top of my head. If you knew the amount of notes and books and like, I really have to go through. But I actually have a picture. I actually have pictures of it. Wow, never heard that before. That's cool. Yeah, I discovered that about 12 years. 12 years. So what I was reading was this thing, God particle. How about Jesus glue? And that's what got me down that rabbit hole. And that's where I found it. So there you go. But right now it's a 2:15. I've really got to go to bed. Or at least attempt. My poor couch. You're welcome, Carrie. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. because I got things to do tomorrow. One of them being getting my license, so renewing that. Night, Leslie. Don't wait this long before coming back in. We missed you. I won't. Have a good night. Great chatting. Great chatting with everyone too. Thank you. And you know, now that I got my hair cut, I feel better. So I'm gonna go get some sleep. So I hope everybody has a great night and a great day tomorrow. And we'll talk later.